meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to In the Know with Peter No. Today's November 30th. OMG. Where has the time gone? It is the last day of November. And as we're going to start off our Wednesday In the Know with Peter No today, this is my episode fifth episode. Okay, so let me do a little rewind first, then I'll do a little updates of what's been going on, and then we're going to go straight into the topic. And as we go through our topics, remember, this is the best place for you to invite your teams, your workout buddies, your bodybuilders, anyone that you know that needs support. Maybe they might be lost, maybe they don't have a sponsor, or maybe they lost their sponsor. We don't care. We are the gym. We are the Be Activating community. And that's why I'm doing these calls for the next 90 days with the team, so I can make sure going to end our 2022, I wanted to prepare our entire organization, okay, into the next phase of our teams. 2023 will be a huge, huge year for not just LifeWave, but it's a huge year for our organization, as we are well on our way for our next goal as a team. And I kind of shouted it out the other day, but I do see everybody here in next year being on stage, really being the right bodybuilder, having the right skill sets, having the right mindset, okay, into building this business, because we are very responsible. We have a lot of responsibility for the world, to know what we're talking about, to do the business right, and to really be able to support people through this journey, what we call network marketing, okay? And this call really, again, is to guide you, build you, support you. And any questions you have after this, at the end, I'm always open to open up the question. But the last four episodes have been all about, the first episode was about the breakfast, okay? What are you building during breakfast, everyone? I am going back to build my body. I'm building my brain. I'm building my brand. I'm doing that all during breakfast time. The second week, we were talking about lunch. What are you learning? Who are you leveraging during lunch, right? Are you leveraging the tools? Are you leveraging your bodybuilder, your mentor? Are you leveraging the webinars, the Zooms? Are you leveraging Dr. Stacy, Dr. Harmon? Are you leveraging all these things that are in front of us, okay? And then during dinner time, what are you duplicating? Are you duplicating a system? Are you duplicating yourself? Are you duplicating a mentor? Are you duplicating a message? Are we all working out in the gym together? And yes, we are. If you are joining the Patching podcast every night, you are physically absorbing information. You are physically duplicating a behavior. And I talk about this all the time. So now you got the BLD down. Last week was one of my favorite topics. It's all about HTF, which stands for your health, your time, and your freedom. That to me is your why. Why are you building this business? Okay, and I gave everybody a little bit of homework to do last week, because it was Thanksgiving. I hope everybody enjoyed their Thanksgiving as much as I did. I had a great time. I took a little bit of care of my health, drank a little bit too much, had a lot of time left, partied a little bit too much, had a lot of financial freedom left, spent a little bit too much. So yes, I did my HTF the right way. I hope all of you did your HTF the right way too, right? So, but now, since we identified the why, okay, this week we are talking about the how. How do you get to your HTF? How do you do your BLD every day? Okay, now Everybody, if you've been with us for, if you've been with us for a week, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years, every single video that you see on a Saturday training with Marcy and I, when you actually physically go into the start X39biz.com, what is the first thing that you see? It's the big number 333. Ask, share, and give. I will be taking 30 minutes now to break down those 333 even in more details than Marcy does it, okay? I really want to break down the psychology of the 333 utilizing the gym analogy. And if you have not heard of that before, if you're brand new, awesome for you. If you've already heard this from me, it will be a very nice refresher going into December, okay? And I want everyone to understand, it does not matter if you're brand new in the industry. It does not matter if you've been with 10 or 20 companies and never had success. It doesn't even matter if you're a leader and you already had all your success already. What I like to say is we're living in a brand new times. Does everybody agree with me? The whole world has shifted now. The whole world has already now been introduced to health in a new way. Why is that? Does everybody understand the word 5G? 5G, okay? Is 5G a good thing or a bad thing?
Both.
It's bad, okay? We understand why, because you can use frequencies to do and activate your bodies also in a bad way. Now, the reason why I'm starting off with this conversation of frequencies, we can also use frequencies or light in a good way, right? So as we're going into this new world, the world has been now exposed to frequencies, right? Now, network marketing today is also changing. Does everybody see that? There are many issues in the industry. I'm going to go through this as a story, okay? I'm going to make a point. Network marketing companies today, they are having supply issues. They're having sourcing ingredient issues. They're having technology, meaning they cannot come up with new products. There is no more new technologies or Me Too's out there. What I'm seeing is a lot of companies are merging. They're buying each other out like mergers, okay? Because one company or two or maybe 5 or 10, they could be losing so many distributors because either they're not creating new technology or people are just not making money. So if all these companies are losing more distributors, they buy themselves out for pennies of the dollar to make themselves bigger. Does that make sense? The reason why I'm saying this for us is because we are so blessed to be part of a company that does not rely on technology, because David Schmidt patents and creates his own technology, okay? David Schmidt has built a foundation in 18 years to manufacture his own ingredients that goes into his own products. We are not buying third-party, other companies' technology and putting our name on it, which is what 90% of the whole network marketing does. They do not create their own products. I just want to let you know, everyone, okay? It's called private labeling. The reason why I'm going into this now is because how the MLM, the network marketing world, is changing, so is business. And if business is changing, how are you changing? Let me repeat that again. If business is changing, how are you changing? I know how each one of you are changing. Do you know how I know? It's because you're here with me. You're showing up every day. When you are learning how to utilize this technology right here, this technology. Who here has a phone bill? We all have a phone bill, okay? Why don't we use our phone bill like rent? Why don't we use our phone bill like office space? Why don't we let this phone right here do all the work for us? But some of us might be afraid of this phone. Some of us are afraid to pick up the phone. Some of us don't know maybe what to send on the phone. Some of us might not know what to say on the phone. Does everybody have challenges with that? Great, Karina, I see you. Amy, Walter, great, okay. I hear you. Oh, Miley, I see you too, okay, don't worry. So now I see you, I hear you, I feel you. I used to be that way 15 years ago, maybe a little bit over 10 years ago. That's why I had to go through my whole learning curve and I had to pick up skills. So each company I was with, I learned certain things from certain teachers from the company. But then what I realized is this: MLM companies are not here. They cannot teach you systems. Does everybody understand that? That's not their job, okay? The company's job is to create the products, ship the products for us, and pay us our commissions, and do that very well. As long as they're not late in shipping, they're not late in paying you commissions, we are okay. What the company relies on their distributors to do is what? It's just like the NBA. Everybody watch basketball or NFL? The NFL cannot give you their tactics or train you or give you strategy. That's what the Lakers, the Clippers, the Golden State Warriors, each team has their own way on how to operate, correct? Each team has their own way on how to play against each other, and there's only one championship that you can win. Guess what though? In network marketing, we got to flip that around. Remember that. Everybody here can win the championship. It's like going to college. You got to graduate, okay? There's a 4-year class here: freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Some of us might take the whole 4 years. Some of us might only want to take 1 year. Some might want to take 2. Does that make sense? But in due time, you will have to graduate sooner or later. How do you graduate here? People. You got to have people. So as we're going into this training today, I'm taking all my time in the world now. I want to make sure you understand this industry, you understand the behaviors of these companies, and you have to understand systems, okay? The 333 is designed really to slow you down, because we have been programmed, just like we have a fake government. The industry's already been faked out too, meaning that the whole network marketing, they have been forcing you to work harder. They have been forcing us to think that we have to sacrifice so much to be successful in the industry. Do you believe that or not? No, you don't have to be working so hard. You don't have to sacrifice so hard. You don't have to do that. The only reason why they say that is because the leaders that came in before never had a real system. When I say real system, I'm talking about like a gym. Has anybody ever been to the gym and everybody loves to help each other work out? That is called a real system. A real system is not a gym or a team where everybody has to figure it out themselves. They all have to work by themselves, and they all have to support each other by themselves. That all depends on what compensation plan you're with and how the company's structured, okay? So let's go back to the basics. I want to take everybody back now to the gym. I'm going to use Walter, okay, as an example. Walter, you're good. Hey, Walter, have you ever been to the gym before? You can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Yes, Peter.
I know, I can tell you must have been a pretty buff guy in your heydays, right?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay. Now, Walter.
Military, you had to survive.
Okay, the military, they put you to work for sure. Well, thank you for your service, Walter. Um, have you been in network marketing before?
Yes, Peter.
How many years and how many companies you've been with?
15 and 2.
Wow. Okay, that's great. 15 years and 2 companies. Now, those 2 companies, is LifeWave one of them or is LifeWave number 3?
LifeWave is number 3, Peter. Just recently I joined up.
Okay, awesome. Did you have success in your previous 2?
Success in one and not success in the second one.
Okay, now you might be even the perfect candidate today to help all of us kind of see it through your eyes. So in 15 years, Walter, I won't even ask what companies you've been with. I won't even ask, what you sold. What have you learned? How long have you been with us here in LifeWave?
About 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay, 5 weeks. Okay, perfect. Now, what have you learned here in the last 5 weeks that you have not seen in 15 years in your other 2 companies?
Oh my God, so much. Systems. I've learned systems. Peter, your gym sessions on Wednesday are amazing. I've had a lot of studying over the years. I've been training with a number of people. This is the best marketing education that I've ever had with direct sales.
Wow. Okay, that means a lot to me. That's very, thank you, Walter. Now, the reason why I'm asking you this is I'm going to take everybody back. So, Walter, 15 years ago, network marketing was done very different, right?
Totally different.
Right? We were really belly to belly. We did a lot of applications. People still did the, still did the writing stuff.
Yeah,
The internet, right?
a
The
lot,
internet itself. Go ahead.
yeah, a lot of, I'm sorry, but a lot of pressure. And it was more of a, not what I call an intellectual sale. It was more like a pressure type sale,
Yes.
where and if you didn't get the people to sign up with you, then you kind of retaliated or you cut them off your list right away. And it took me a long time to realize that no means not right now.
So, and who taught that, Walter?
Well, I learned that with Steve Merritt and with Mike Hernandez and with Onyx Cole and a number of those folks in that type of industry. And I think you know where I'm talking about.
I exactly do, because I was there too in Monavie in 2005.
Yeah.
I understood the behaviors. I was a freshman and I was literally brand new in the industry.
Me
I
too.
had no clue. All they did is, Peter, give me your credit card. Let me charge $10,000 worth of juice on your card. Da, 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 da. Okay, so I think Kojo's laughing because he knows what's up with that stuff. Okay, but the reason why I'm training this way, Walter, I want people to hear the ugly first. I want them to know what we have today that is so good, but they got to understand where history came from. 15 years ago, everyone, the internet was not as robust as it is today. 15 years ago, when the trend word was antioxidants, okay?
Mm-hmm.
15 years ago, when you were in a binary, the messaging was, join me now. I'm going to put a lot of people under you. Join me now, right? I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you. Join me now. Or if you don't join me, adios. There was no term relationship marketing back then. That was not even a term back then. It was just straight up network marketing. Now, I want to share this too. Back then, and starting with Monavie, I hate to say this, there was, because that time came right after the 2008, the real estate crash. Does everybody remember the 2005, 2008 real estate crash?
Yeah.
Okay. That is when everyone made so much money in real estate. And then when that stopped, they all shifted over to the network marketing. And because there was a lot of money at stake, I hate to say this, there were a lot of MLM companies that would physically buy leaders into the companies. Does everybody understand what I'm saying with this?
Mhm.
The reason why I'm saying this is because when they did this, they bought fake people in. And when you use fake credibility, fake titles, and that's why, Walter, what you saw was literally people didn't give a shit about people anymore, and they just kept on churning and burning through people. Hey, Eric, can you help me with the tow truck over there? They were burning through people, and that was the issues that was happening. So it was fake people. It was fake people recruiting fake people in a sense. And long and behold, how do we know this? Because these companies, all of them, everyone, are not in business today, 10, 15 years later. I went through that whole process. Give me 1 second, Eric.
What is it?
It's called a Zoom. I'll show you what that is.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna show my my tow driver what Zoom is. Okay, everybody. Say hi to everyone.
He needs a patch while he's at it.
Patch him up.
Hey, can we patch this guy? I'm gonna give you a patch.
Patch him up.
How's it going,
Absolutely.
guys. Yeah. So let me know.
Yeah.
I'll be out after I'm done with this. Okay, Aaron.
Yeah, no worries.
So
Where's the key?
it's right in the center console in a truck,
Okay.
not the black truck. It's in there.
ABP, Peter.
Go ahead.
ABP.
ABP.
Always be patching.
Always be patching. I love it. Thanks, Walter. Now, everyone, the reason why I say this is because when I saw that, I went through so many gyms. I went through so many companies. I kept on asking myself, why can I not succeed? Why can Peter, who has the right behaviors, who goes to work every day, who knows tons of people, who never gives up, why could he not reach 100% or win a championship? And the reason, after 20, almost 20 years later, now I get to answer that question. It's because of the systems. It's because of the companies. It's because of everything that we see today in LifeWave. That has never, ever been here before. So let's go into the gym analogy, okay? Walter, before, what we did is every time when we want to work out, so everybody, who here wants to make money? Oh, wow, everybody's hands went up. That is like saying, hey, everybody, who here wants to go to the gym? I bet you we might ask that question, but yes, everybody wants to make money. Let me ask a better question. Does everybody know how to make money? Okay. Now, let me ask a question. Everybody knows you need to go to the gym, but does everybody know what to do in the gym when they go to the gym? No. Okay. So that leads us to our system. So Walter, how did we come up with the 333? Right? The first thing is I realized that when we join network marketing companies, as a brand new distributor, every time I join a new company, this is what they made me do. Peter, you're so good, you're going to go present. Peter, you're so good, you're going to learn how to train. Peter, you're so good, you're going to be our three-way. Has anybody ever did three-ways, training and presenting right away when they join a company? Yes. That is like saying, Peter, you're joining our gym. Oh, you don't know how to use our workout equipment, but we're going to go make you do a 50-pound dumbbell right now before we pick up a 5-pound dumbbell. We're going to make you do 60 sit-ups before you know how to do 6 sit-ups. We're going to make you do 20 pull-ups before you even know how to do 1 pull-up. Has anybody ever got sore before when they went to the gym? Okay, has anybody been so sore that they did not want to go back to the gym the next day and the next day and the next day? Good. Has anybody ever been told when they join a company, hey, make a list of 50 people and call all those 50 people without even knowing what to send, what to say, and they just told you, just be yourself, just be enthusiastic, just have a smile, and that will be good enough. Has everybody ever been said that before? Good. What has the results been? Exactly. Your family ousted you. My family called me the black sheep of the family, okay? I was the smartest one and nobody wanted to talk to me because I'm the one that talked too much, pressured too much, always talked about health, always wanted them to take something, and they all thought I was trying to steal and take their money away from them and trying to change them. Has anybody been in my shoes before? Okay, we're on to something, okay? So if we can all relate to this, when Marcy and I came in here, we knew, we already straight up, we told ourselves, we have to change the way that this industry works, but we have to start with ourselves. If this little patch right here works that effectively, if this patch has absolutely no competition, if the owner, David Schmidt, has been in business for 18 years or 15 years at that time, and nobody knew, nobody even heard of him, I'd even heard of him, what does that mean? That means possibly this could be the most organic company that nobody has heard about. Does that make sense, everyone? This could be the one. When Marcy and I did our homework, when we did our homework and we got to meet the leaders or the distributors that came in 15, 18 years ago, when we went to the very first convention, it was in January of 2020 in Las Vegas, when Marcy and I hit SPD and PD during that weekend. What we saw was an old culture, a very old culture with loyalty from David and all the old leaders that have still been here. That to me spoke volume. But what they don't recognize, or what we did not know, is how Marcy and I created this system with each one of our leaders here to change the way we do business or the way we operate. And I will use the gym analogy because all we wanted to do is have a fun gym, but we wanted to make sure we do not burn our partners out. We don't wear you out. We wanted to make sure that we have built a culture, and we didn't care how long it takes, because Marcy and I are not into sign and burn and churn, because we've already experienced that way too much already, okay? And what we wanted to do is teach, train, educate our partners so you can recognize this behavior yourself. Does that make sense? So when you can recognize that, and that's why Walter knows, he's only been here for 5 weeks, but he has not heard us say the words that the whole industry uses. He has not heard us say words or recruiting words that is still the old school way on how to do business, because that's not how network marketing is run anymore. We are truly going into the heart center. You really got to carry today. Now, why is the 333 so important? Because you can do 444, you can do 555, you can do 10-10-10. But can you do that every day? You cannot. You cannot talk to 3 people a day and then follow up with those 3 people a day and then make sure those 3 people get on a podcast. That is called a home run. You got to go through the entire date. I got to, if I ask Karina on a date, I got to make sure I follow up with her and be on that date. And then if we like that date, we got to make sure that we get to see each other on an online date also. Does that make sense, everyone? If you really, in today's time, really care about your family and friends, and you really are looking for a right business partner, then you have to understand, you got to start with the psychology of the 333, okay? I will go through it in a very simple term, okay? But we say this over and over again. but today's training, I really want to get into the psychology of where all this came from. So when I ask 3 people, really, what have you heard about stem cells? What do you know about stem cells? That is not just me saying, what do you know about stem cells? It is really starting a dialogue. Does that make sense, everyone? That is for me to open up the door to ask Denise, what's going on, right? What do you really know about stem cells? How she responds to that, meaning I don't know about stem cells or I do. If she says, I don't know about stem cells, what does that mean? That means it could open up a couple other doors, meaning she might not be that versed in maybe this kind of technology. She might not be even into health, or she might be into health, but she might not know the next technology of health. So that gives me the door to even ask more questions, right? So if Denise, hey Denise, Suzak, I'm gonna pick on you a little bit. So if Denise, if you don't know about stem cells, let me ask Denise, you can unmute yourself, Denise. Let's pick on you a little bit. So Denise, if I ask you, what do you know about stem cells? What have you heard about stem cells? What is your answer?
Not much.
Not much. Okay, so Denise, you're telling me, have you ever heard of people getting stem cells injected? Have you heard of that process?
Yes, and they're very expensive.
Okay.
I know that.
Now, Denise, when you say expensive, how much have you heard they cost?
10, 20,000.
Wow, that's a lot. Now, Denise, when people tell you they get stem cell injections, do you know why are they getting stem cell injections?
For pain.
Good, for pain. Do you know that they're doing it to regenerate themselves or repair themselves because their body cannot do it naturally anymore?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the process? What do you have to go through to get stem cell injections?
No, go out of the country.
Exactly. Now, I literally have a text, or I have a huge network marketing leader on his Facebook page. He literally said to his own team, hi guys, I am flying out to Panama to spend a lot of money on stem cell injections. I know that many people cannot afford it. That's why you can drink our collagen drink.
What?
Did you get that, Denise? So what I'm trying to say is that even though everyone understands you have to get it injected. Now, Denise, if I can show you how to save thousands of dollars in injections, if I can save you time, money, and much pain for you, that you don't have to go through the procedures, if I can show you how to regenerate and repair you. Everyone, did you see how I literally just answered? I went so deep into those 3 questions because I want to make sure Denise understands the value of these patches compared to injections. If I can show you this, Denise, on a scale from 1 to 10, how open are you to learn, for this information? How open are you?
Very open. 10.
Awesome. Now, Denise, I'm going to give you a website. I would love for you to go through all the information on this website. Once you like it, call me back and I would love to get you on a 30-minute podcast on testimonials where you can hear for yourself. Once you go through these 2 steps right here, I would love to show you how to get this at wholesale cost, or I can even give you some for free. Would you like to go through this process with me?
Absolutely.
Now, this is a role play, everyone. It might not be this smooth, right, Denise? Every time you talk to someone, right?
Yes.
But what are we getting into on this training right here? What is my goal for this training for everyone to understand?
Open the doors.
Open the doors. If you're not fully engaged in your 333, if when I put someone's name on here, I want to make sure, hey, I'm calling Denise. She's on my list today. I'm only working 3 days a week, everyone. 3 times 3 people is 9 people in a week. If I can help 3 out of 9 people in a week, that's a 33% closing ratio. Is that good in real estate, Denise? If I can close 3 homes out of 10 homes I'm showing.
Yes.
Okay, now, that's the first 3. I piqued her interest. I follow up with her, but before I follow up with her, what did I ask Denise? Denise, if I show you the website and I can get you I already asked her permission, can I get you on a podcast? That means she's giving me permission to follow up with her. Right, Denise?
Yes.
Now, when I follow up with you and I get you on a podcast, did I do my 333 in 1 day or 2 days or 3 days with you?
Yes.
The only question that I need to know from you after you watch the podcast is what? Do you want to be a customer? Would you like to buy this at wholesale cost as a partner? Or, Peter, this is all foo-foo stuff. I love you, but I don't need this. I don't want this. I don't care about this. There's only 3 options, right?
Right.
Now, in any of those options, if you are a brand new distributor, in any way, do you feel like you're lifting a 50-pound dumbbell throughout the process in any way?
No.
Did I ask you to present?
Did you what?
Did I ask you to present something to anyone?
No.
Did I ask you to train anyone?
No.
Did I ask you to get on a 3-way with me with Marcy?
No.
Did I spend any of your time, waste any of your time?
No.
Did we go to Starbucks? Did I have to buy you coffee? Did I have to go to dinner? Did I have to take you out to dinner to talk to you?
No.
No. I took 5, 10, 15 minutes. I specifically, very clearly had a nice conversation, asked you a few questions. I wanted to get your answers so I can guide myself to see where to guide you through the process. Is everybody with me? Now, I'm going to take a timeout right now, okay, Denise?
Okay.
I want to ask anyone here, if you have a question on this whole process right here, please unmute yourself and ask away. If you're confused, if you don't know where we are, unmute yourself right now and ask a question so I can guide you through this first step right here.
Peter?
Anybody? Karina?
Oh, someone else was first.
Okay, Destiny. Go ahead, Destiny.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. On the testimonial podcast, that's where I get confused. I get lost. I want to ask people and then I'm like, well, is the testimonial podcast, are those the ones where, I mean, my wall there has all the activating. And I'm like, where do I ask people to join us?
Really good question, Destiny. The only patching podcast that you invite all your prospects, all your teams on is the 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called the Patching Podcast. It is the one we do every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? And the reason why we're asking everyone that patching podcast to invite everyone on it, even before you know anything, is because when you get on their Destiny, you're going to hear real live testimonials, which will elevate your confidence every single day. What you will see is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of our partners that are already on the patches. What you will hear is our 2 leaders who are either presidential directors or senior presidential directors that are presenting for you every day. So that's why I say the podcast will take away your 3-way calls, your training, and your presentation. And what I like to do before I even enroll someone, I like to get them on that podcast, because if they love what they see, do you have to convince anybody else anymore to come on that podcast if they love it, Destiny? No. So what you have done, even before you know it subliminally, you are already duplicating our system by just following simple steps, which is the 3-3-3, before we even train you on that. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? That is the name of the game. Now, if you don't go through this, that's fine. If we didn't have the podcast, that's fine. That means we're going back to the old ways where Walter and I were building 15 years ago, one-on-one training, presenting, no support, nobody gets to see growth. Does that make sense, Destiny? We have literally created this community for everyone to psychologically understand you are growing whether you know it or not. Okay, so now I'll go with Karina and then I'll go to Snyder. So Karina, what's your question?
So how does I haven't, it's been really hard to encourage people to get on the podcast. I can invite them, but they don't go. And I can come on more, there's no doubt. I'll own that part too.
Awesome. So again, Karina, I love these questions, and notice everyone, as I answer these questions, we are pinpointing. We are literally going into the nooks and crannies to figure this out. So Karina says she has no problem getting on the podcast herself. She has no problem sending out the podcast. The problem is they're not showing up to the podcast.
Right.
Now, let's take 2-3 more steps back, Karina.
Okay.
Remember how I invited Denise really onto the podcast? You have to go back to how when you first invite them to see anything, did you know their issues or their pain?
Yeah.
Did you send them, did you talk about that pain, or did you talk about the solution?
Yes.
Okay, how did they respond to you when you asked them? Were they like, oh, great, Karina. Oh my God, thank you. If you can help me, I will do whatever you tell me. I will go see whatever you want. Or are they like,
Actually,
okay, whatever, Karina.
people are pretty good at being willing to use the patches, but not to do the homework to learn why they want to use it.
So this means they could be in this level. Maybe they could be just really not into the business, because remember, maybe you might be are you telling them this is a business call or just a testimonial call?
That's a testimonial. Just to see other people, and I've even sent them replays as well.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I said, I will send them replays of testimonials that address their issue as well.
Okay. Now, what do you think, or would you think you might have to add on now after this training that you can add for them to maybe be more compelled to join a call? What would you change?
Man, I feel I'm about to flunk.
Okay, maybe 2, no worries. Okay, so what I
Listen,
would, go ahead, Donna.
I was just gonna say, one thing that I find works really well, maybe it's because I'm from Texas and, we're super friendly, but I usually ask someone if they'll meet me. Hey, would you meet me? And I give them an invitation to be there on there with me. And then I give the opportunity to meet me even afterwards, either on a telephone or on a Zoom. And I'll even say, hey, bring your coffee with me. Let's chat. And I just make it so it's not because I want them to enroll. It's not because I want them to sign up. It's just because I'm building a relationship with them, and it's around them and their issues or their family's issues. And maybe I'm attempting to have conversation with them and help them see the beauty of this and the help it can be for a family member. And I'm not really even going after them per se, if that makes sense. That's just an avenue I take sometimes if someone continues to show an interest but kind of blank out. If you ask them a convincing, hey, would you meet me tonight? Hey, would you meet me Thursday night? Stacy and Marcy, who has la la la, who's done da da da, or Peter and Susan who da 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 da. You're giving them a reason to want to engage with you other than just showing up to go to hear a testimonial. Just some input. Blessings.
Have you, the reason why I asked Karina, do you know what their challenges are? Because if I say, Karina, what are your issues today? Oh, I have a headache. I have arthritis in my hands. I have, diabetes. Hey, Karina, if I can send you a 30-minute testimonial on your specific issues and how the patches has helped that issue, would you be open to that?
Well, that's good.
Would that help you? You gotta relate. You gotta connect. You gotta learn how to connect, everyone. Okay? Connect them with this and this. It's like, hey, do you like dancing? Can I send you a video on dancing? Then all of a sudden you pique their interest. Does that make sense? So maybe you can practice that a little bit better. And let me ask you this. How many people have you invited to the podcast in the last week?
Me?
Yes, you.
No one,
Okay. Why is that?
because I took the week off.
Okay, great. Let's start over again next week then. Why don't we start this way, Karina, and then let me know next week what your results are, okay?
Okay.
What I want to get at, everyone, is this. Even if Karina messed up or she cannot get people on a podcast, did she lose any time? No. The reason why I'm saying that, Karina, is because the old way, you would chase people, you would convince people, you would do everything, and I don't like that. I want everyone just to connect and let go. Connect and let go. If they show up, they were meant to be. If they don't show up, they're not meant to be. But it's up to your skill sets, whatever you're learning, how you communicate with them. That's your responsibility. If you want to help your friends and family get better at communicating, right?
Yes.
Remember, Karina, you're the doctor. You're the pharmacist. You're
Actually,
the
I'm a nurse.
You're the nurse. You know what to say. You know what to ask. So thank you for role playing with us.
Thank you.
Snyder, what question do you have?
Yeah, Courtney here, Peter.
Courtney, nice to see
Two
you.
things. One, on the East Coast, for some people, 9 p.m. may be a little late.
Yes.
My second, so what if I'm with the person? Why can't I show them a recording of one of the patch calls?
Courtney, you answered your own question. You can do both. You can send a recording. You can do you can watch it with them right on a spot, pull it out of Telegram and watch it. When I say watch a podcast, I didn't say maybe, obviously we like live because then you can see all the people. But if you can't do it live, Karina and Courtney, pop it right in front of them.
Okay.
Watching is watching. Once you do that, you've completed a home run. Once you ask them the question, once you followed up with them, once you got them to watch a podcast, that's all I want everyone to do. Because when you do that, you went through the pull up, sit up, and a push up. You did the whole gambit. So Courtney, you did it right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Miley, what's your question?
Sorry, everything's popping up right now. So I guess it was kind of the same question as what they just asked, you know, getting them to join, or for instance, working with the people at the 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. It's like I gave them patches to try. I know they're working, but then I go back, how you feel? Oh, well, I'm not sure if it's the patch because I did a couple of other things. Okay, and then another injury. Well, here, try it. Hey, you got any patches? Sure, but you said you don't know if it's, you know, so it's like they don't want to admit that it works for whatever flipping reason, and they don't want to join. And mind you, they are fighters. They don't have money, and they're stubborn. But I keep coming across that, and I can't be asking people for their phone number because I live in Southern California and there's a lot of weirdos and I'm already being stalked. So I need a different approach.
So Miley, time out before you gave them the patches, because I remember I gave you patches, right?
Yeah.
Did they get on a website and watch anything yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Did you follow up and ask them, what did you like about what you saw on the website?
Not in that specific wording, but yes. And they liked the science and the Navy SEAL portion of it, and also that there's patents.
Did they totally understand the regeneration and repair of stem cells or peptide? Did they get the value? Okay, so you straight out just said no. That means if you straight out said no, that means they straight out don't know.
No, they didn't get it. I tried to explain it. I let them watch the thing and they said, oh, I need to talk to someone who's smarter than me.
You now, once you did that, what I would have done, did you invite them to a podcast or send them
Yes.
a podcast of one of our athletes or fighters or something? Did
Yep.
they watch that?
No.
No. Okay, so what I'm assuming, they just don't have enough information for their own self to validate the product or what they have gone through.
Do you think it's because of their age and their, you know, and their
It's
early
variable,
20s?
No, because this is what I want to get at. As a fighter, or I'll just say like, if somebody shows me something and they show it to me in a manner where it explains or it can benefit my life or add value. Does that make sense, Miley?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it does. I think they don't want to take the time.
Correct. They're not taking the time themselves. And then even if you give them more patches, who cares? Because now we've gone through the point of no return.
Right.
Okay? Unless we can return them back, or you can go back to them and say, hey, look, what else would you like to see or need to see for you to make a decision to apply this technology into this gym? Because I know it's going to help. Or am I wasting my time with you?
Yeah. I mean, they see me in there. I started boxing again. Like,
okay. Again, that's just one of your 333, but we need to identify, Miley, what happened to this 333. So everyone, whether you go 111, 222, 333, I want you to go through that because I want you to learn. I don't want you to take 20 people to learn one thing. I want you to learn every time from that one person what happened. Then the number 2, then the number 3, then the number 4, then the number 5. You know what I mean? So Miley, what I would love for you to do is go back to them, re-engage that conversation, and hey, coach, what part of the website did you like, and what part of the website did you not understand? Oh, what are you talking about, Miley? Hey, I gave you some technology patches. I want to help this gym. If you don't see the value in it, am I wasting my time with you?
Yeah.
Now that might sound tough and rough, everyone, but again, Miley gave that coach her time. She told them, look at this. She gave her hard-earned money of patches. When I give you something, that's my money. I want you to
Yeah.
respect my time and my money. Does that make sense, everyone? I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you boundaries. I'm giving you discernment. You got to learn these steps. That's the only way you can become a better business person. Remember, business means helping someone's life to become better. If you don't get better, how can you help that person's life to become better? It's just as simple as that, right? So re-engage that conversation again, and then keep me posted, okay, Miley? Like to
Yeah,
let
I
you
will. Yeah. Thanks.
direct questions give you and directly, okay, Miley? I'm teaching everyone boundaries, okay? The old network marketing is this: fishing, swivel around, the dance around. No, 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 no. Okay, let's go direct now. It's 2023. People want straight answers. People have been lied, cheated, stealed, faked out all the stuff. It's time to go. Kojo knows what's up, right? We don't do that stuff no more. That's why we're so strong, okay? Deborah, what's your question? And then Shari.
Wow, I just want to say that was excellent coaching. I love that. I love it. And I don't really have a question. I was just responding more when Donna spoke. Matching and pacing with the people. It's been working really well for me. And like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which I just got to see in the last hour, where if we're in survival, people feel that. If we're in, whatever, but as we move up, like, okay, I'm building my friendship circle, I'm building my network, I'm building my empire, I'm building my, people that I love and serve, and we're working together as a team, and this is fun and I love it. And these patches have so much value, and speaking the value, people are going to feel that vibe and absolutely want to join it. The other thing is sometimes people do have a problem with the technology. So to just check if they know how to get onto a podcast. One woman was struggling and I had just signed her up Monday night, because she wanted to get the deals. And I literally put her on my phone and had her watch on FaceTime the podcast so that she would get it on Monday night and see Victoria and Colette give their awesome thing. And then I always go to Telegram the next day if I've loved the podcast, and then copy it. I sent it out to 10 people today. So I just wanted to say that. Okay.
Thank you, Deborah. And I'm going to piggyback off of you because of how you're operating and what you're doing. Anybody, have you seen our newest presidential director, Carol McDonald? 79 years old. 79. Okay. What does she do every day? She gets on the podcast. She gets on the call. She makes sure Pat Tom's on the call with her team. Lindsay, Juliana, does that make sense? She makes it a workout for her team. Doesn't cost her more time. She's 79 years old. Where do you think she's going to drive to? Do you think she's going to do any hotel meetings? No. She just loves to hang out with Pat Tom and all her Arizona ladies. Have a good time because it's a community. We're trying to really have fun with this, right? She's just proven and opened up the doors. And her daughter's Juliana Coles. Her daughter hit senior presidential director same week. It's a mother-daughter show now. They have just created history in LifeWave and the industry because they both are financially free, literally, because they trusted the process and because of our relationship together, because I've known them for over 7 years, because we worked in our previous company together. This is called relationships, everyone, okay? You can't replace it. This is how we do business. So we're gonna do a shout out on Saturday with them, but I just wanted to let everybody know, this is not science hard work, okay? It is just literally doing what we're supposed to do in a fun, educated manner, okay? This is the gym. Atsuko, and then Shari, and then we got to call. Wow, an hour went by already. So Atsuko, what's your question?
Hello, hear me?
Hi.
Hi, thank you, Peter, for doing all this. It's very educational for me. My background is accounting, and this is the first time doing network marketing, so everything is brand new for me, and it's taking a little bit longer for me to learn, but I take it as a, how do you say, my new world is opening up and I'm taking little by little. So my question is, I enrolled 2 people for preferred customer. Can you hear me? I enrolled preferred customers, and they were on for two months. But they are a couple, and they were enjoying it. But then they started to have some pain. I think it's called retracting or something. Excuse me. So they stopped doing. They canceled their subscription. So I called them and I asked how they're doing, and I believe that the main reason was, of course, the pain they are experiencing, but the second reason was their finance. And when they say, "Oh, I don't have enough money to continue doing this," how would you say in a situation like this when their finances is not good?
Okay, well, thank you, Asuko, for being here. Everyone, I met Asuko last year. She's never done network marketing. She's been on all our calls. She flew out to the convention. She flew out to a lot of our events. This is a very committed woman, okay? She wants to learn. So the question is, she had a few customers that kind of fell off the track. I don't know how. It could be finance. They had a little bit more pain. Asuko, those are just all the things you have to go through, just like a doctor or a pharmacist, right? We're all different. Things are different. That's why when I get people on a product, okay, just because they're getting results too does not mean maybe one day they're going to fall off. You don't know what's going to happen. That's why you build the relationship. That's why we get them on these calls. Somehow ask them, have they seen a call before? Have they seen a podcast, Asuko? No.
No.
I assume not. No. So they don't know what they're taking. They don't, again, they just say yes because they trust you. So everyone, a lot of your friends and family will say yes. But that does not mean they're going to take it forever. And that if they don't know what they're taking, get it? And if they don't have a miraculous thing, and again, if they can't see the, they can see them get healthier, but if they don't know what stem cells are or peptides, they're not going to value this technology. Okay. So Asuko, the only thing you can really do is just get better at showing more value, meaning you already did your job by getting them on the product. Talk to them more. Hey, what issues are you having? Can I send you a video on this? Hey, what else would you like to know about the product, right? And those are your customers. If you follow up with them like this, hey, what if one day they become your distributors because they see the video? And what if they ask you, Asuko, what is this? Why are there so many people on here? Oh yeah, because they're distributors. Would you like to, can I show you how to get the product for free? Okay, how do you get the product for free? By joining the business in a sense. So there are a couple ways I can guide you more, but because our time is kind of limited now, I'll call you and I'll coach you through the ways. But my advice for you and everyone here is, just because they're your friends and family, that does not mean that they're going to be on the product forever. Treat everyone like your gym partner. Treat them here. When did they come into the business? Go into your back office. When did they order, right? The Kojo is really good at that. He literally follows up with everyone. He knows when they're off auto ship. He knows, he's just a follow-up guy. And that's how we build long-term business. So like Asuko, you're an accountant, right? Hey,
I was.
you gotta follow, hey, they know when to file their taxes. They know when this, they call you for support. you can guide them the same way as this, okay? Hey, what else information you need? So I'll guide you more, Suko, but I think you just need to follow up a little bit more, show them a little bit more information. And if they say no, they don't want it, at least you know where they are. But I think, you know, they need more information.
Can I share one thing?
Yes, Donna.
Two things. Azuko, you might use a calendar to write down when someone enrolls. That will help your heart to know, since you like numbers and you like order. You know, a week later, you could, you know, oh, I'm going to follow up and say, how you doing in a week? And the other thing is I do when people have the area where they can't afford it, even though, you know, that's one of my test things. If you can't afford the 99, I know I'm gonna have trouble with you later. But I'll usually walk them into an Eon, which is less money, to have them, because there's inflammation in everyone's body, at least to keep them on a monthly shipment long enough for them to see that things work. I mean, I do dance with some people for a while, and I know Peter may not dance as often as I do, but I do dance a little bit because I know that older person that's experiencing that pain is actually having a healing crisis. And I don't want them to give up. I want them to experience. So if they can't afford the 99, I'm like, hey, you know what? I think you have some inflammation. This might even help that issue. And so I'll just dance around until I can get them on the full program again. It's just an idea, and that way you're still in contact with them. You're still meeting them in their felt need until they really get on board. But at the same time, I'm with Peter. I don't use my time with people that are not going to go all in if they're in business. But if they're just using the patches, honey, they're going to be the greatest salesman you've ever known. If you can keep them on the patches long enough to get the benefit, and then they'll be all in. Anyway, I'm going to hang up.
I love that, Donna. Oh, and I can add on, when someone say they cannot afford patches, literally, I would take that and I say, what is in your medicine cabinet? How has this patch benefit you? And what can we eliminate now? Can you, if they say they're eliminated one pharmaceutical drug, that is already 1000% worth every dollar already. Does that make sense, everyone? If you can get one person off of their energy drinks, sleeping pills, hair loss, diabetes, high blood pressure, we're not making claims here, okay, everyone? But if you can get one person off something and replace it from a patch, again, that is big, big time. Not alone telling them the benefits of the peptides, the collagen, repairing your DNA. That is all priceless, everyone, okay? Again, know your product, know your benefit, learn how to communicate those benefit and value, okay? We are really talking about a $4 patch. $4 times 28 days is about $115. If $4 gets in the way of anything today, I know we are in inflation. I know the economy is looking like shits right now. That's why they need it even more. To me, the $4 will save your mind, body, and soul, okay? So we'll talk more, okay, Asuko? But that's a great question. Shari, last question for you, and we got to call it a day. We are going overboard.
Well, I just think you're amazing, and everyone here, I love you. Get it in the gym. I think, you know, knowing people's personality is also very helpful, because I'm a blue. I don't need detailed science. I just want to know how it's going to make me feel. Bam, that's how you sell to me or share with me. But other people want all this research, or I got to know everything. And I'm like, no, you don't. But we have so many resources that I can say what are you going to expect, you know? And so I tell them I'm going to manage your expectations, and I always do. I always do. I do three-way calls, especially with the new brand partners, so they can hear the conversation and sit and listen. And it's fun if you get Bob on the phone, like he knows how to close everybody. But it's a psychological approach to help them with love. It's all sincere. And that's what has been working for me, thank God.
Yes. Shari, whatever works for you and everyone. We're just giving you a foundation, okay? You figure out what works for you. You work out in your gym the way you do. Just don't overdo it. You have the foundational piece. We don't care, right? As long as you're working out in the gym. So let's cover what we covered today. We covered the industry, okay, where it all came from. We covered behaviors. We covered the 333, okay? We covered this is the how-to. Okay, next week we're gonna go a little bit more deeper, okay? And again, I'm holding everyone's hand. These calls are the best calls to really ask all way, because we don't do this kind of deep training on a Saturday. So this is all we have now until we can get more going, okay? Now, last house rules. Anyone, if you invite people to our Facebook page, the Be Activating Facebook group, make sure they put down their IDs, because we're getting so many. I don't care if the sidelines, uplines, downlines join us, but I just want people from LifeWave to join our group. I don't want other people from other companies that some people just got into it and they start inviting and putting their names. They have no clue of what this is, and then we can get kind of raided. Does that make sense, everyone? I don't want to get raided, okay? Let's protect each other. When you're inviting to the group, make sure just say, hey, fill out those questionnaires. If not, then at least just put your ID number on it. We don't care if you're on a Be Activating group, the Quantum group, the upline group, the downline group. We're an open source, okay? Just to know, we train the whole LifeWave in general, okay? Lori Berger, David Schmidt, they know that this group is the #1 group in the entire North America. How do we know? Volume, duplication, leadership, rankings. We have the most SPDs and PDs in the whole company in a 3-year period, okay? So get ready for the next week. Everyone, I hope you really enjoyed this training as much as I do every week. I know sometimes we go really, really deep, and very forward, but we really need this in today's times, okay? We're a very direct team. So Donna, thank you always for being here with me.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. I just want to say there is a person in the chat who did say that there's been people in the practitioners Telegram that have been spamming her and they're not in LifeWave. So this is really a true, it's not like a warning, oh my God, but it's, hey, heads up, people. There are people that recognize this is network marketing, and they're going to want to even come after you to get them in their thing. And I'm just saying, who has time for that? Nobody.
And we're going into very compliance for the next year. The company has hired 4 new compliance officers. These calls right here, I'm going to keep reminding our group, let's be compliant, okay? We know we got to protect the golden goose, okay? The government is really cracking down on health companies right now. They know how powerful we are. So we have to make sure, if we want to keep on helping more people around the world, we got to protect the golden goose. Look at what's happening in Canada. Canada, everyone, okay? The government of Canada is going really hard on health companies. So there's going to be a lot of adjustments, but just know I'm here for you. We're going to build muscles together. December will be the month to remember. Okay, you're going to hang out with a lot of family and friends. Get down, really connect with your 333s, and just keep on learning as we go. Okay, these calls will be on the Facebook page. If anybody has any questions, just comment on there, tag my name, and I will answer that question on that comment section, whatever you have, week by week by week on all these calls. Okay, so this is designed to literally support you day by day. So love you all. Let's have fun. I'll see you tonight. Bye, everybody. It was another great episode, and I'm going to turn off the Facebook Live now.
Thank you, Peter.